broadcast, y'all. We are here today with IRO for round 8 at Mount Fuji. This is stint 3, and we are just getting us a good look at some of these fine liveries out there. Hope everybody is doing well today. Getting a good look at Owl's J. Marty here is a beautiful looking Lexus with S7R. Take a look at Evo's GTR here, or ERA. Always fantastic looking liveries coming from the RA boys. Or the RA team, rather. I don't know whether or not there'd be any ladies on there or not, so... I'll just get some messages. Okay, so, apologies, y'all. Just trying to get some things sorted out here. Of course, we're just waiting for the driver swaps to take place. Another great looking livery here. Looks as though we got a little bit of weather. We suppose we can talk about that. Well, you have some time, right? So, according to the weather graphs I checked out last night, apparently for about the first 2 to 3 hours, we have an off chance of slight rain here and there for this race today. It'll be light rain, nothing like we seen in Stint 2, where the rain was very, very, whoa boy, and you can see there the track is a little bit wet. Anyhow, Stint, or not Stint 2, Split 2 rather, had quite a lot of very intermittent rain, and at times, boy, it was just coming down really hard. So that should be nothing like that today. Let's see, I'm not sure. Guess we're gonna find out rather quickly. Okay, so what you're gonna see here is just an out lap. It is going to get everybody in order to come back out onto the track, or rather go back into pits and wait for their co-driver. Then once they come in pits on the other in the other lobby, they will be told by their team when it's open. Go. Now these drivers have to come into the pits. They cannot take on any fuel. They cannot take tires. They just have to sit there and wait. So we'll go ahead and go through and just get a look at some of these liveries. And of course, not all the liveries are showing up, which is unfortunate. I have one livery that's not showing up. Of course, nothing that we can do about that. That is most unfortunate. But get a good look at the rest of livery out on track right now. Yeah, and as y'all can see, the rain is coming down here at Mount Fuji today. Mount Fuji can be quite erratic weather spurts. Just, it's Mount Fuji, right? The weather just does what it wants to do on the mountain. Okay, so it is going to be 2 minutes before anything happens. The S7R is currently the team that is in the lead of this race. Will be the first. The pits. First to go into the pits, throw into the pits. Yeah, they might throw some things in the pits today, I'd imagine. There's going to be some throwing of some things going on today here. It's Mount Fuji. Last Minute Racing currently to Igami. I can't tell, unfortunately, it's the only one of deliveries that's not showing up. Of course, that's just one of the finer perks of G7, right? Okay, so getting all the teams in. Now they just have to sit there and wait to be told. But this gives us a great opportunity to get a real nice look at these liveries. Project One racing car. Very nice. Unfortunately, that one is not showing up. The AMG GTR here. And I honestly, because this is my first time doing Split One, y'all, so I'm not entirely familiar all these teams. Oh, that's the Finland Racers. That's who it is. Okay, and this is Loose Moose Racing, I'm guessing, with the moose head on the side and the moose on the car. Yes, Loose Moose Racing. We can see it there just on the front corner panel, driver's side. Then we have Team Grid Life here, having made their free car swap and have gone from the Lexus that they've been in all season long. It's treated them really, really good. Though for Fuji wet racing, that car was just not going to be optimal. So they have chosen to use their free car change and go with the Porsche, which is a very good car in the rain. Particularly any of the mid-engine rear-wheel drive cars tend to do much better in the rain than any other of the cars. Four-wheel drive cars aren't, or all-wheel drive cars rather, aren't particularly bad at rain. So here's ORT. They are still in the Lexus, so we'll see how they do in that Lexus. Race Asylum here in their Nissan GTR all-wheel drive car, not going to do too awful bad at all. Project Platypus car here. And look at that, another fantastic looking livery for Race Asylum. Just, I mean, I know a lot of guys who do liveries, right? But something about the way he is able to follow the lines, break everything up. I don't know. A real big fan of you. Another S7R livery here. Very good. And then, wow. Hello. My friend, howdy. So this is the IRO. It's Mount Fuji. This is round 8. International organization. And this is stint 3 of an 8-hour race, my guy. How are you doing? Good afternoon. Welcome. Brand new phones. I don't know what I'm doing. Boy, we had a heck of a time just getting the stream up and running this morning as well. So I'd imagine we still actually have a couple minutes here. Flip away for a moment and grab me coffee and such. Whoops. Sorry about that. first racer out on the track. This Project 1 Racing Valkyrie has made his way out on the track. Now here comes S7R's Jay Marty out on track. If I seem a little bit out of sorts, I assure you it is that because I am. So a 41-second gap between P1 and P2. That is considerable, y'all. Oh, I do apologize, guys. I am all sorts of out of sorts today. Had an event happen last night, and it's got me all sorts of, well, let's just say the brain just isn't functioning in performance. Okay, I do apologize, y'all. Had to get my stuff where I could reach it better here. So, Evo out on track as well in P3, 30 seconds behind P2. MCET 59 in P4 here, 5.5 seconds behind P3. Fuzzy Bunny, 12.1 seconds in behind MCET. Lucas coming out in P6 for Team Grid Life, 11.5 seconds behind Fuzzy Bunny, which doesn't seem accurate to me considering he is right there on top of somebody. Gummy has just come out. Oh, gets a 3-second penalty for crossing pit lane. Oh, and that would have been for the entry. Here comes 8. Maddie coming out. 9.9 seconds behind Ugami. Our lab, Mr. SBS here. All over the back of Maddie. So it looks like we will have a potential battle brewing here right quickly. Then Shadow made his way out on track, 14.6 seconds behind. I don't see as to where there might possibly be some battling going on right around this area. So for the time being, we're going to go ahead and leave it right here. In Grid Life, Lucas running in the purples there. Making that Porsche work there. And it looks as though the rain has cleared up enough to where at least these race cars are not using their windshield wipers. However, that does not mean necessarily that the track is fully dried out. It does look as though it is to me. It looks pretty dry out there. But there could be some residual moisture going on still. Don't see. Yes, I do, actually. Oh. It's as though they're coming into some lapped traffic here. Here's the other close one. That's what I was looking for. Battle for P8 looks as though Mr. SPS chasing down Maddie. So 2 BMWs on track. That M6, boy, I bet you that car is quite the handful in any sort of wet weather at all. It is quite the monster in any racing conditions. If you don't have good throttle control on that car, boy howdy, it just you get wild on you. You will step out with a quickness, but boy howdy, I'll tell you what, Mr. SPS all over that BMW, going to cut to the inside and try to make a move stick here, and we'll see if he can get this done cleanly. BMW kind of keeping him to that inside. He's going to go try for the over-under. Cannot get it done. The Aston Martin able to sneak in there. So Mr. SBS snags a position up from Project Platypus. Loose Moose Racing up into P8. Let's go back to see if Lucas has gained some ground there on Fuzzy Bunny. Not close enough to make a move. You could see the overspray coming off the side of the track there when they hit the... Oh boy. Just completely and totally, they hit the curbing there. Sorry guys, the brain is just not functioning like it should oughta. Like I said, had a bit of an event happen yesterday, and it just completely and totally wiped me out. Like, drained completely and totally of all energy. Super tired. Super tired. Not sure exactly what happened yet. All I know is that I was in excruciating pain for about 45 minutes straight. And once the pain finally went away, it was, like I said, just no energy whatsoever. Anyhow, let us get back to the racing. Just wanted to give you all a little heads up as to why I'm a bit foggy today, man. That brain is just not working like it usually does. When it comes to racing, I'm generally pretty well on point. Done a few of these, but the thing I love about doing stuff like this is a guy can always learn more. A guy can always get better, right? So Lucas definitely gaining some ground on Fuzzy Bunny there. Still not close enough to make a move. And that might be a lapped team, because here's Fuzzy Bunny right here. So yeah, that's he's working on trying to catch a yeah, there they are in the background. So he's working on trying to catch some blue flag traffic, I believe is what's going on there. Go back up and take a look at your leader. Oh, that's who it is that he's chasing down. He's chasing down the leader. That's why it's taking him some time right there. That does make some sense. I'm like, boy, that person's pretty fast, because I happen to know Lucas is pretty quick. All the guys on Team Grid Live are pretty quick. In fact, there are some fast guys out here. Like, I know for certain I can't beat them. I can guarantee you that. And I have a really difficult time trying to even just keep up, let alone get around him. I race with Lucas quite often, and the feller's quick. Is quick. But this is working really well for Team Grid Life right now. And to be following around the leader, Project One, and Valkyrie, gets a little bit slideways there. Manages to keep the car underneath him though. No harm, no foul. Does lose a little bit of ground. But as for right now, this is working out really well for ERA's Lucas, as he is able to gain some toe, and they are just scooting. They're absolutely scooting. This couldn't be any better, and I know Lucas pretty well, and Team Grid Life in general. They're smart like this. he has got no intentions whatsoever, in my eyes, of getting around this race leader, even if he could, because of the ground and the time that he is able to make up by just sticking it along in the slipstream. He's able to just save fuel. Yeah, it just really good, smart racing to utilize that, especially when the driver has good pings, right? So, Valkyrie in the lead. Let's see, is that not? I want to see who the other Porsche is in the background there, trying to follow Lucas. Well, not trying, being quite successful at it, actually, rather. ORT Kings, I wonder how that Lexus is treating him out there. In good lines, the track's has no moisture on it at all right now, just on the very, very edge of the track. So this car's going to do great for the time being. There it is. Inkiostrick. I probably butchered that name, and I am certainly not going to apologize for it. No, I'm just kidding. So, no, it happens. Definitely, in the world of GT7, it's hard to read regular names, right? And then you get this, the world of PlayStation, where names are they're just so outlandish. You've never seen a name like that before. Well, let's just call him Ink, right? Because it could be Enkyo Strike, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, boy howdy, I'll tell you what, look at that there BMW. That M6 is just lit up. How could you not notice that car on track? Very, very difficult to miss that car. So Valkyrie still has Team Grid Life in the form of Lucas in that Porsche. Again, at the beginning of the stream, I had mentioned that the Porsche is whoa, again Valkyrie a little bit sideways. Lucas able to close in that gap a little bit more due to that. Anyways, as I was mentioning earlier, Team Grid Life has used their free car switch. We've been seeing them for the previous 7 rounds. Solo spray coming off the curbing there. The previous 7 rounds has been in the Lexus. However, they, again, like I say, they have opted to use their free car change and have gone with the Porsche. Really great car for tracks like these, very technical tracks, very tight, turning low speed, not incredibly low speed. This final sector right here is so technical. You've got to really, really be on point. And in my opinion, the MR cars just seem to perform a bit better on the more technical tracks. They do really good at their acceleration coming out of these slower, tighter corners. They seem to be able to get down the power a little quicker. Now, don't be mistaken, that can also, they'll step out on you. If you're on the power too much, they will step out on you. But as you can see right now, Lucas really got a handle on that Porsche, drawing in and gaining time. Let's see, where's he at? He's now only 3.9 seconds in behind Fuzzy Bunny. So just in the matter of, I think it was 11 seconds to begin with. We're on lap 10, so he's gaining greater than, well, almost a second per lap basically, by using this strategy here. Fuzzy Bunny all over. It's really difficult to tell what place these guys are in, right? Because the field is just so mixed up right now. And it looks as though we are having battles for positions, but I literally don't see any battles for positions. Yeah, see, as you can see, the blue flag being waved there here for Mr. SES. For Maddie as well for Project Platypus. But it's so difficult to try to figure out, you know, who's in. I mean, you can see what place they're in once I switch to it, but where the battles are at, it's very. What was that? I was seeing nothing. Okay. So, still no moisture on the track except for the curvings. Just a moment, y'all. I never did grab my coffee. I grabbed my little stand for my keyboard because it just wasn't working out the way I had it. Oh. See that spray coming off there. That's good. Don't forget to do us a big favor, y'all. If you're here, definitely like the stream. Give IRO a follow. You don't want to miss out on any great endurance racing. The IRO is definitely the place for watching some fantastic Gran Turismo 7 endurance racing. Best racing out there right now, in my opinion. You guys let me know what you think of. If you know of another endurance league going on that can even match it, I would like to watch it because some really good racing. No, Valkyrie still holding on to that 41-second lead over P2. Those guys, Project One Racing is, I mean, they are just throwing down the laps. There is another Lexus here. That's either, I don't know if that's the lone Lexus on track or what, but I'll tell you what, those clouds just looming out there on the mountain today at Fuji, just threatening these racers with a burst of rain, and then you can see a little sunshine coming out here and there. So Evo in P3 got a 25-second gap to P2 in front of him, but he also has 2.1 seconds in behind him is MC59 here, and the other GTR. So this, a battle for P3, GTR versus GTR, and Evo goes a little bit wide there. You see that spray coming up big time right there. But MC definitely working on catching Evo here. We'll leave it right here, guys, for a moment and see if there's... It looks as though there's going to be a battle of brewing here pretty quick. As this goes on, MC has gained 0.2 of a second thus far since we just switched over to this. And a battle for P3 at this stage I mean, granted, each of these stints is 2 hours long, right? So they have another 2 hours after this, but still, in stint 3, you're not wanting to lose places. You're wanting to put that gap on P4 even more, and that just isn't happening right now for Evo. The gap is it's going up by a thousandth of a second here. He did get a better run out of the final turn there. And into turn 1 gets a better run out of that as well. Running purple currently is Evo. So yeah, you can see he got a fantastic run out of turn 1. There's that all-wheel drive really kicking in, able to get on that power. Again, y'all don't forget to like and subscribe if you like what you're seeing. IRO does a fantastic job at putting on these events. And I can tell you, all of the racers thoroughly enjoy it, as well as the fans out there really enjoy this endurance style racing on GT7. It just makes for some exciting racing. For me, more so than a 15-minute sprint race or something like that. Those can be quite exciting too, because it's just a battle from start to finish, right? But to see the strategies unfold here on an endurance race, see the mental application that has to take place for an endurance race. Your stamina, both physically and mentally, has just really got on point. And it's not an easy thing, right? So big props to all these racers. This isn't unfolding quite as quickly as I thought perhaps that it would. So let's take a look at the rest of the field. Ooh, Fuzzy Bunny. Really? Oh, I see what it is. Lucas has just gotten around Fuzzy Bunny. Let's see if we can't. See if we can't catch that in replay here. No, we were too late. It looks as though he got around him just on that last corner. Too late on that. Unfortunate we did not get to see that pass. We were looking at that other battle that was going on, and he has put almost a second on Fuzzy Bunny. All right, so Team Gridlight moves up into P5 now, 32.6 seconds behind. Oh boy, what's happened there? I don't know what. Mark it. Was that the car? Yep, let's go back. Let's see what happened there. Or if he's just getting out of the way. Oh, he is just getting out of the way. Fantastic. Well played, sir. Well played. Good sportsmanship going on there. Definitely like to give props for that where we can. Project Platypus Racer doing a fantastic job of just getting out of the way of these guys. Whoops. We pushed it to the wrong button, huh? Okay, so he's got the shadow behind him. I'm gonna say that's that. Yes, that is. Oh, it's this guy. Another GTR here. BMW, not sure. So, okay, there's another Lexus right there. Good looking livery, let me tell you what. So now back to Valkyrie for a moment. has now brought that gap up to P2 to 43.5 seconds, up from the 41 seconds he was previously at. Morning, son. Jay Marty here for the S7R team. He's got a gap of 22 seconds over Evo in P. Again, being chased down. We're just going to leave it right here because this is now a half-second difference between Evo and MC here. It's GTR versus GTR. Now we have our P2 coming into the pits. That is going to, for the time being, move Evo and MC up into P2 and to P3 respectively. MC trying to make a move going around the outside of turn one. That was never going to happen. Evo just closed the door on him right there and says, no, I don't think so, bud. That is the way you're going to have to do it, though, if you want to get around me, because we're not going to make it easy on you, right? Evo doing all he can to hold that other GTR at bay currently. Shut the door on him right there. Let's see if he takes another look. Coming into, oh, boy, howdy, I would be very cautious flirting with that grass. As you can see, it's still wet. Now, all that spray coming up there. Is he going to take another look right here? He is all over his case right now. Oh, gets a little bit sideways, does MC. He's sideways right there. Definitely, Evo taking advantage there and just getting a little bit of breathing room from that driver. Give us just a moment, y'all. Boy, we got this battle going on right here. MC trying to make his move around the outside. Looks like he's going to make it stick. He's going to have the inside for the next corner. He does get the job done on Evo there. Oh, and that is not for position. Oh, yes it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That is for position. MC moves up into P2 there. Fantastic job. Let's get us another look at that quickly. And we waited too long. Oh, but the battle ain't over yet. Evo trying to make a move around the outside of turn one. And this time it's MC closing the door saying, nope, that ain't going to happen. You made me work for it. Now you're going to work for it. But MC, impressive move there on Evo. Getting around the outside of him there now. And now opening up just a little bit of a gap. 0.6 of a second, 0.7 of a second. Great racing right there, y'all. Let us work through the field. So, P4, Jay Marty here in the Lexus. Now, just 2.4 seconds behind Evo, but he has taken fuel and has a fresh set of shoes underneath that race car, to whereas P2 and P3 have yet to pit. So they're going to be working off some tired shoes here on these two cars. Let's take a look at Lucas here in P5 for Team Grid Life. In the Porsche there, still just right there. He's got Valkyrie just inside of his slipstream there. All right, so back at it. Lucas still chasing down Valkyrie there. Let's see, it is just a 31-second gap to P4 there. Fuzzy Bunny here for S7R being chased down by the BMW there. I don't think, yeah, that's not for position. That's blue flag traffic trying to get back a lap, which is perfectly acceptable. It is within the rules. They are allowed to do that. However, if they do make the pass, they got to get away from that driver to where that blue flag is not waving at them any longer within 3 laps. You've got to be outside of that range, or you have to give that position back and let that driver, which is somewhat unfortunate. I mean, it's good, so there's positives to that, but there's also negatives, right? Because just because you're not able to get far enough away from them for the blue flag to not being waved at you, because it gets waved at you for considerable ways. But look at that, BMW all over the S7R car there. And even though this is not for position, we're going to go ahead and leave it right here momentarily, just because, woo-wee, see a little flash of the lights there from the M6. That'd be the BMW. On the Aston Martin S7R there. Another couple of really nice looking liveries there as well. So P7, Mr. SPS here. And the other Aston Martin, you can see him just shaving the grass there. Clippings going out onto the track. It's an expensive lawn job. Got me in the Mercedes AMG 2020. Fantastic car is that as well. Matty, here's a bit of a... Oh, and it's Matty. He does get around. Let's see if I can... See if we can catch that. Coming into turn one. Goes for the inside. Gets the job done. Nice and clean. Well done right there from Matty. Good job. So Matty grabbing a lap back. Oh, but picks up a half-second penalty somewhere along the line too. I did see him get a little bit sideways coming to that one corner. He did go wide, that is for sure. So he's likely going to lose that again and have to try to regain it back. Or T King's here in the other Lexus out on track. Very nice looking livery on that as well. Gotta say, I'm digging the red, white, and blue there. Not only U.S. colors, but obviously British colors too. So very, very nice. Inky here. Lipping along still. I think those two cars are potentially the only two cars that are a lap down. GT slider rules here in P13 in the other BMW M6, and boy howdy, that is a lively livery. I can't decide on that. I can't decide whether I'm a fan of it or not, but it certainly is striking to the eye, huh? So Valkyrie now a minute up, over a minute ahead of P2, which is MC, and he has gotten away from Alston Marty. Is now in P3. Evo must have had some sort of an incident there, because he is good 4 seconds off the back of MC, 2.5 seconds off of J Marty. Lucas still 31 seconds out of P4 in the form of Evo. Now we have your race leader coming in for his first pit stop. So Fuzzy Bunny here indeed did get back around Project Platypus car, but who's gotten in front of them both is this other GTR here, and I'm not even sure who that is. Project Platypus car going way wide again there, probably picked him up another half-second penalty. That would be the Shadow. has now gotten around the S7R team and Project Platypus, and he is trying to run away and get that blue flag to disappear so that he can keep that position. As stated previously, if he can't get away, he's gonna have to give that position back if he can't get away and get that blue flag to disappear after 3 laps. Within 3 laps. Quite the battle going on here with Project Platypus and S7R. Just all over him. He is a bumper sticker currently. S7R car got quite run out of there and is going to dive off into the pits, get himself a little bit of separation there. Haynes in the Lexus still clipping along, 44 seconds behind he was P10, so 43 seconds outside of the top 10. Inky here in P12, Sliders in P13. Valkyrie has come back out on the track after pitting and still holds a 30-second lead over P2 here. Many of these racers are now pitting. MC has taken his pit stop. Evo has taken his pit stop. Lucas has taken his pit stop. Fuzzy Bunny has taken his pit stop. Mr. SBS yet to make a pit stop. Though all of these cars are going to be very, very light on fuel right now at this point in time during the race. E7 and 8 coming in for their pits. Fuzzy Bunny has already taken his. Let's see, is Shadow going to come into the pits too? It looks as though he is. I would definitely imagine, yes. There's, ooh, and that is definitely going to be a 3-second violation. He crossed the cone on that, on the pit entry there. That, I think that's a violation, perhaps not. It may just be the white line, but we shall see. Now P11 and King's already taken his pit stop. We have Inky that is not. Just getting out of the way of that racer there. Sliding all over in that M6. Bit of a different strategy coming from this team. We'll see how it plays out for them. Valkyrie still holding on to the 30-second lead here. Let's have a look. Okay, there we are. Apologies there, chat. No, I can see stream chat now. I had to go into that actual stream, as I forgot, is not coming up on my feed. I had wondered. Welcome in, everybody. I do apologize. I'll try to keep up on the chat now. So Valkyrie clipping along here, still a 30-second gap over Jay Marty, who currently is running in P2 in that Lexus. Lexus proving to be pretty strong, as we shouldn't see any more rain coming. Whoa, goes definitely wide, out onto the grass, flirting with disaster. Yep, there's the half-second penalty. MC here currently in P3. Evo 6.5 seconds out from behind him. And Lucas still 33 seconds out of P4 here, currently running in P5 just behind Evo here. Evo making that GTR work for him as per usual. Evo quite fast. Here is Lucas in 5-4 Grid Life. Fuzzy Bunny with S7R, 11.3 seconds, and gaining on Lucas is Fuzzy Bunny. Not a whole lot of, in fact, he just lost 2/10 there, gained it back. Yeah, you never really can tell when it comes to the tenths. So we have Mr. SBS in the Aston Martin, flipping along in P7. Here we have 8, the lone livery that would not come up for us, unfortunately. You got a lot. Hey, I'm not even gonna try to read through it all, man. Appreciate you though, DJ. Indeed, Godzilla versus Godzilla, yeah. So I lied. I did kind of go back and read through a little bit of it. Just look off to your left, and whatever car we're spectating, that's the name. So this is currently Shadow. In P9, 16 seconds out of Yagami there in P8, 13.2 seconds behind is Maddie, facing down into BMW ORT Kings in P11. In P12 in the other Porsche. GT Slider rules in that very lively looking M6 there. What do y'all think about that M6, chat? Is that just an I'll tell you, it almost, it definitely draws your eyes to it. That is for sure. Like, no two ways about it. I can't decide whether or not I'm a fan of that livery or not, but it does pop, I can tell you that. SBS is called Hendry. Huh. Right. So Valkyrie here from Project One Racing Team, still holding on to a 31-second lead. Okay, Marty, other Lexus for Team S7R and P2. Currently pulling purples. MC with the fastest lap of the race, a 138.035. Pretty quick considering they were running 137s for qualifying, and typically you don't see race pace be quite as fast as qualifying. They're trying to save on fuel, they're trying to save on tires, they're trying not to make any mistakes. If you make a mistake during qualifying, well, that's not the end of your race, right? Makes a mistake during these races at this level of competition with these very, very competent drivers, and man, you're going to work the entire race to try to pick back up and catch back up. So MCNP3. So what's going to happen here very shortly, y'all? Unfortunately, you're going to hear me get real quiet, and you're just going to have the video. I have had some complications the past couple of days. I have had something come up as well. And so what we're going to do is I've given my son the rundown on how to just scroll through the cars, to do replay if we see some good passing action, whatnot. He's going to be taking over for me here shortly. So thankfully you'll still get the video commentary. I told him if he wants to, he can. Being family friendly, appropriate with his words and stuff like that, but he'll probably just keep an eye on the race and scroll through. I'll have a chat. Want the full story on DJ? Well, I'll tell you, man. Full story is this. I woke up yesterday morning about a half an hour before I was supposed to get up for work anyways, and put it this way, I ended up missing work for the first time in over a year. I was in the most excruciating pain probably in my lifetime for about 45 minutes straight, and then it subsided. But when it did subside afterwards, I was completely and totally wiped of all energy whatsoever and just extremely tired, and I don't know what it was. Don't know what it was. The only thing that I could possibly even think of that kind of fits the narrative is that I'm dealing with kidney stones, and those are no fun. I've never had them before, right? So I don't know 100% that was the issue. All I know is that it wiped me out of all energy, drained me mentally, physically, just no stamina, feeling like I was going to pass out, all that. So yeah, quite eventful. Evo still clipping along here. 35 seconds now, the gap between himself and Lucas for Team Grid Life here. Ooh. Not too difficult. Anyways, y'all, I struggling to just have the energy to sit in the chair, and that's saying a lot. Like, if you can't even sit in the chair, it's I'm just wiped. So I'm going to have my son take over now, and just scroll through. He'll do the best he can just to show you guys the racing action. Just keep flipping through. I'll have a cat here. If you guys want to see a car, a certain position, just tell him what position they're in. He'll get you on there and get you a look at it for, 10, 20 seconds or something, and then move on through the action. Currently, I don't see any battles at all on the track. Nobody is close enough to one another to have a battle. So he basically, essentially, be doing the same thing I am, just getting you guys a look at the race cars. You can see what position they're in, how far they are behind, all that kind of stuff. And then, like I said, send us language or get friendly, racing, and inform the people we're looking at. 11.6 seconds. Not just rolling through. Keep an eye up on this top right-hand corner. Blue triangles get close to each other. They're basically going to be sitting on top of each other for it to be a battle. You see how close that blue is? Triangle there. You see it?
I was like, how do you even see that?
Yeah. I can see underneath of it right here.
On the left-hand corner of it. Oh, right where we're at. Looks like kind of getting hit. Oh, actually, these two in front of them are actually like getting pretty darn close.
Yeah,
Yep, that guy and the guy behind it.
Let's see, that's not for position. Unless it's how the blue flag is getting waved at him. So we're looking at RT, right?
Okay.
And be in S7R, which I believe is. Yeah, it's Fuzzy Bunny. Same battle, same car.
Oh.
Lexus. So now P2 coming into the pits. But anyways, so here's that. You remember how to do the replay? Mark it when you see something cool happen.
Right.
Mark it. Any point in time, doesn't matter if it's in 10 minutes or half an hour. Go through and hit one of these. 18-second replay, 13-second replay, 18-second replay. When you're done with it, it'll go automatically back and let the playthrough run through, or you just hit the same one and hit again back through.
Stick with it. So it doesn't hit off of it.
Up and down. Yeah. Keep an eye out on chat. Somebody wants to car. I told chat just to tell you what position they're in. Left hand side there, you can see all the positions in that. On the screen.
Wants to know what my name is or a nickname.
It's actually Nolander 541, so when it's done, son, just hit stop streaming when the race is done. Stop streaming. All your after it stops the streaming, close the laptop.
Yeah, like figure out how to like raise this thing.
Raise
raise the thing so you can
No,
see
you shouldn't
underneath
look
of
down.
it
It's on the
easier.
right side.
Oh,
From the front.
oh, pink.
No, it's probably. Oh,
Oh,
there you
okay.
go. Now
Well,
it's as low as it's gonna get.
yeah. Now I can just barely lean forward and see everything. Wait, are you not muted?
No, I'm not muted.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there, DJ. My name's actually Colton. But my gaming name is No End of 54. Uh-oh. What happened to me?
Lost.
Oh no. Okay, this is not full. This should.
Good. Definitely. One down. Right back up to one.
You know, that's a pretty sweet. Pretty kind of down to the bones basic, but it still looks pretty cool.
That's the stop limit.
Oh, bummer deal. I'll be scrolling through. I don't know if this is for you or for us. A bother is your favorite sandwich?
Nah, I don't answer.
What's the thing? The
Kinda has
community needs to know. They're needing to know what sandwich you like.
Bread. You can't go wrong with
Good old cheesesteak. Thank you, DJ. It's actually Colton, and my gaming name is NoLander541 Gaming. No, Naballer, not cheesecake, cheese steak. As in steak and cheese and peppers and all that goodness. A cheesecake on a Sammy. Yeah, I don't know how good that would be. It'd have to be, I don't know, some kind of sweet type of bread or something or another. Might want to eat it quicker. That sure is, gonna get funky. I know, man, everybody just about cheesecake now, huh? Everybody wanting slice of cheesecake, huh? Boy, P3 getting a little squirrely there, Mr. J. Marty. See if we can't find us a little battle here. Fuzzy Bunny just zooming along there. Oh, Mr. Yagami getting the blue flag. Oh no. Everybody now just cheesecake left and right, huh? Let's check back on P1 here. Oh my goodness. A 56 and over 56 and a half, almost 57 second gap. My goodness. Valkyrie just scooting right along. Yeah, Valkyrie's just on so. It seems as though we have not got any battles going on. Oh, getting way outside the corner there. Oh boy. Got it back under control though. That's always good. I'm not quite sure what position car number 77 is.
I just have to tell you the
Let's
position
see.
that
Yeah,
they're in.
what position is that? Let's see, there's 66, 01. Oh, there's 77 right here. Okay. Just screaming along, trying to make up some ground here, it seems. Roll through here, see if there's anything going on amongst the other racers. Valkyrie still 54-second gap. My goodness. Just a cruising along. Oops. Let's get that off here. Oh man. Looks like Mr. Evo here in P4 is getting super low on fuel, and that front left tire is looking mighty deteriorated there. Pouring up on that front left. Mr. Luke here as well. Mighty, mighty low on fuel. That front left tire just eating away. Dang, oh, everybody running low on fuel. Oh, looks like P3 has went and decided to pit. I'd imagine get some fuel and change out some tires. Oh yeah, fresh new set of wheels underneath that thing. Getting some fuel there. P4 as well, stopping I'd imagine to change out some tires and get some fuel. P5 as well. Getting a little bit of pit action going. Definitely needed with that front left side tire there going, just eating away there. Alright, now we got Fuzzy Bunny P6 doing a little bit of pit action for themselves. Yeah, I'd imagine last stop there, DJ. I would imagine so. 24 laps left. I'd imagine getting enough fuel in their car and whatnot. Fresh set of tires. That shit ought to last them the rest of the race. That's crazy y'all don't like tomatoes. Especially on a sandwich, man. A good old BLT. Oh my goodness. I fall in love with a BLT myself. Yep, got P7 and P8 here, getting some pits, fresh tires, some gas. P9 hitting the pit as well. Got to get that gas, man. Got to get that gas, and definitely got to change out them tires. That front driver's side tire is just absolutely cooked. How about just BL instead? Just bacon and lettuce, huh? I mean, it's got bacon on it, so I guess that's acceptable. right. Yeah, P1 got Valkyries. Still a 25-second gap, man. Valk is just cooking today, you guys. Got J Marty behind him in P2. Got some pretty hefty gaps between P1 and P2, and then between P2 and P3 here. P3, we got MC. P3 just dropped a purple lap there. Best lap by quite a hefty amount there. 23 seconds almost. Oh no, let's see, they dropped to 138. So about a whole second there. Before we got Evo here. 16-second gap there between Selves and P3. Drop down here to P5, ERA Luke. Big old 42-second gap. Man, oh man, that's going to be difficult to make up. Gonna have to be a big, big mistake there. P6, we got Fuzzy Bunny. 29-second gap there. Yeah, I'm not sure. I know you're asking Ray, but I'm not quite sure exactly what the fastest lap is at the moment. Let's see, I could scroll through here in just a moment. P7, we got R Lab, Mr. SBS. 51-second gap. 20.3, almost 20.4 ahead of. Oh, drop down to just 20 ahead of P8 here, Yagami. And the Yagami, just about a 5-second gap between them and P9. Shadow. P10 ORT Kings. Getting the blue flag. Oh, and a pretty running late pit there. Ran that dang old fuel down to the butt end of it. Fresh set of wheels up underneath that thing. GT slider down here in P12. All right, let's run through here and see what we got. 138. Let's see, at 138, 387 there. Oh, that's actually 387. 138, 371 on that. 138 or 137.7 from Mr. MC here in P3. 138.1 from IRO Evo here in P4. And let's see, 138.8 for Mr. Luke here in P5. Got Fuzzy down here with a 139.6 in P6. P7 we got R Lab, Mr. SBS with a 138.2. P8 we have got, oh, these boys are getting a little close to each other there. Got a 138, 138.9 there for Yagami in P8. Shadow here in P9 got a 138.3, it looks like, would be the best one there. OTR Kings here, we got just into the 140s, looks like a 140.223. Oh no, 140.218 there, looks like the best one coming out of that. Got P11 here with a 140. And P12, we got GT Slider here. Let's see. Valkyrie's still just cruising with that 51-second gap. That's a pretty crazy gap there. Guy is definitely just cooking along. Hello there, Hansa. Thank you for joining into the stream. I'd say, let's see, a 137.7. I think, you guys, I think that P2 MCET is going to have the fastest lap, it looks, a 137. I'm not seeming to find anything, a couple that are relatively close, but I'm not seeing anything even in the 137s from anybody else here. Oh, we got some boys. Oh, making a pass. Very good. I'm not sure if that was position or not. As my pop says, this is my first time doing this, so I don't do too much of the racings myself besides some good old arcade racing, some Need for Speed type stuff. These two here are pretty darn close to each other. Yeah, P10 and P11 here trying to battle it out. I would love to see where you're seeing that 135 or 137.5. Assuming you're talking about MCET here, 2, a 137.6. Might as well be a 137.5. Give you all updates as best I can. Oh, P2 getting a little squirrely out there on the outer edge. ERA Evo here in P4, trying to catch up to Marty there in P3. He got only a 5.8 second lead on him. Definitely trying to close that gap down, and he seems to be doing so. He's through the corner there. P1R Jake did a 37.5 in stint 1. Very good, very good. Thank you for the info there, IRO. Oops. Ooh, get a little on the outside there. You got me in 8. It's 80. Shadow here in P9. ORT Kings here in P10. Got the number 77 here in P11. 5-second gap there. Oh, getting the blue flag wave. And GT Slider here in P12. Valkyrie still with a 50-second gap, y'all. Definitely got a mighty fine cushion there. MCET here at P2, 12.2 seconds, almost 12.3 ahead of J Marty here. J Marty having a 7-second lead on P4 here, Mr. ERA Evo. Then we got another big old gap, a 46-second gap between P4 and P5. Mr. Luke here in P5. Mr. Luke having a 35-second gap between him and P6. P6 here, Fuzzy Bunny, got a 42-second gap between them and Mr. SBS here in P7. Mr. SBS here in P7 has got himself a decent little 23-second gap on P8 being Yagami. Oh, that was a blue flag on Mr. SBS there, giving it away to faster cars. Yagami here, P8, only 4.7 seconds ahead of Shadow here in P9. And still P10, we got OTR Kings, or ORT Kings. P11, we've got the number 77. And it's still in P12, we've got GT Slider back here, bringing up the back of the field. But hop on back to the top three here. Valkyrie still with a 49-second lead, almost a 50-second lead. Very, very good cushion there for that first place position. Just hugging the edge of that track there is MCET here in the number 45 there in P2. Just hugging the outside of that track, making use of every last little bit of it. That's definitely a pretty cool livery there. I like that. I'd imagine Ruckus there, you're referring to P1. Yeah, this thing surely seems like it's just screaming around the track. Of course, all hands to Valkyrie here with that very, very good driving. All the way up to a darn near 50-second gap between them and P1 and MCET here in P2. Yes, the rocket ship go vroom. Oh. Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely seems like they're very knowledgeable about the track, that's for darn sure. Absolutely love that livery on that number 45 there in P2. That is pretty sweet. Medi, huh? Alright, copy. Yeah, Medi here in P2 surely seems to be very knowledgeable about the track here. Yeah, definitely knowing how fast you can take corners and whatnot is very, very useful. Knowing about what speed range you can go take corners on and all that goodness definitely comes with racing it quite a lot of times, that's for sure. I would most definitely agree with you there, DJ. Already still holding up P3 here. 12.2 seconds behind P2. IRO Evo here, just 10 seconds behind P3 being J Marty. We got that big old 47-second gap between P4 and P5 here. P5, Luke having himself a 37-second gap between them and Fuzzy Bunny here in P6. Fuzzy Bunny having themselves a 41-second gap on P7, Mr. R-Lab SBS there. Or R-Lab Mr. SBS, that is. Mr. SBS here having himself a 21-second lead on Yagami here in P8. Yagami having just under a 6-second gap here on Shadow in P9. We got OTR Kings here, or ORT, I keep doing that. ORT Kings here with a 14.4 second gap on P11. Being that number 77 car, I do believe. Yeah. And we got GT Slider still here holding up the back of the pack. Make our way back up here to P1. Still a 48-second gap. My goodness, just screaming around that track. Still screaming on through the track here in P1. P2. Medi here in P2 in the number 45 car. Still got a 12-second gap on J Marty here in P3. Already here in P3, having almost an 11.5-second gap between themselves and Evo here in P4. Evo having themselves a 48.5-second gap between themselves and Luke here in P5. Luke here in P5 having himself a 38, almost 39-second gap between themselves and Fuzzy Bunny here in P6. Fuzzy Bunny, they're in the P6 position, having a 40, almost 41-second gap between themselves and Mr. SBS in P7. SBS having themselves 21-second gap between them and Yagami in P8. Yagami having themselves a 6.5-second gap between themselves and Shadow in P9. And going through the last couple in the pack, ORT Kings here with a 14.2 second gap on the number 77 here in P11. And then we got GT Slider here holding up the back of the field. Hopefully I'm doing all right for keeping up on this here race for y'all. It's my first time doing this, so hopefully it's been exceptional. Only about 4.5 laps left. Looks like coming up on just 4 laps. Yep. Valkyrie here in P1, still with a very, very comfortable 47-second lead. Just absolutely screaming around this track they are. Yeah, P1R Valk there, definitely just screaming along the track. Here in P2, the 14-7 gap between themselves and Jay Marty here in P3. It's like P2 through P4 here don't have too awful much space between themselves. Evo here in P4, only 11.2 seconds behind Jay Marty there in the P3. And the rest of the field is pretty well spread out, it seems. Evo here got a 48-second gap between themselves and Luke here in P5. Luke themselves have a 42, almost 43-second gap on Fuzzy Bunny here in P6. Fuzzy Bunny having themselves a 36-second gap between themselves and Mr. SBS here in P7. He has got himself a 22, just over a 22.5-second gap on them for himself between him and Yagami here in P8. Yagami and Shadow here running pretty well close to one another. Got a 8.2, almost 8.3 second gap between themselves and Shadow here in P9. And then here in the back of the pack here, we have got ORT Kings in P10 with a 41.2 second gap on P11, being that number 77 car there in P11. And then GT Slider guy holding up the back of the field. Oh, skipped right past Valk here. Valkyrie just keeping that head position there, keeping that nice cushion. Still 46.5 seconds, you guys. Valkyrie is just absolutely just cruising around this track. Definitely seem to be very knowledgeable about this track. Eddie here in P2 with a 14.8, almost 15-second gap between themselves and P3 being J Marty. J Marty having themselves a 12.5-second gap between them and P4 being Evo. And Evo having themselves a big old 48-second gap between themselves and Luke here in P5. Luke having themselves a 43, almost 44-second gap on Fuzzy Bunny in P6. Fuzzy Bunny having themselves just under a 35-second gap between themselves and Mr. SBS here in P7. SBS here in P7 having themselves a 20, almost 23-second gap between them and Yagami in P8. Yagami just a 8.8 second gap between themselves and Shadow here in P9. Then we got ORT Kings with a 42-second gap, holding up the P10 position. 42, almost 42.5 second gap on P11 here at number 77 car. And Mr. Slider in P12. All right, so last couple of laps here. We're going to try and keep up on these first three positions here. Oh, it looks like P1 going to take a quick little stop into the pits. Got plenty of enough lead on that there to be able to do so with that 46-second gap. P2 just cruising along here. A 17.5-second gap on P3. Oh, and it looks like P2 is going to pit as well. Let's see if that holds up well for him. All right, and P3, Jay Marty going to take a pit as well with a 12.8 second gap, 12.9. 4 here, Evo going to take themselves a pit. Get a little pit action in there as well. Got Luke here in P5. Fuzzy Bunny bringing up the P6 position. 34 seconds behind Fuzzy Bunny there is Mr. SBS. P7. A 22-second gap on Yagami in P8. Yagami with just a 9.8 second gap between themselves and Shadow here in P9. And P10 and on here, we are going to skip through and get back to the action up top here. Looks like Valkyrie is still sitting in pits, as well as the rest of the field through to P5 here. Oh, end of the stint. Okay, copy. I see. Yeah, driver swap. Okay, that makes sense. Scroll down through here. Hey, thank you there, Wick. Most certainly appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. Thank you there, DJ. All right, thank you everybody for tuning in here on the stream. Hope you all have a beautifully blessed day, and God bless y'all.